Hey guys, thanks so much for watching our new video here about the information that was leaked from Microsoft. Before I show you guys this video, I want you guys to know that all the information in this video is speculatory, meaning that it might not even exist. These items have not actually been confirmed by Microsoft to be even releasing yet, so we don't even know if they're actually going to come out or not. This is all speculatory information. Nothing here is actually concrete. These documents are, a couple years old from what I could tell. So just know that nothing in this video has had a release date. Nothing's been confirmed currently by Microsoft to be coming out. So it's all just speculatory information that was leaked. Thanks so much, and here is the video. Hope you enjoy it. Welcome everybody back to the channel. I'm Brian Daniels, and man, a massive Xbox information leak was revealed yesterday that came out of the FTC versus Microsoft court case, the one in which Microsoft's trying to acquire Activision Blizzard, a court case that they won. And there's a lot of information coming up about some brand new products, such as consoles and a controller, set to release within a year or two. But before I go over all of that information, I want to welcome you all to the domain. We cover video games, movies, all sorts of entertainment. We go to conventions and so many more things we do here. We just ask you to subscribe to our channel. Be sure to also like this video if you do. And we thank you so very much for taking the time to watch this video. Now let's get into this information because there's a lot here. First off, there's a brand new controller that was shown. And you're going to see a little information sheet right now here. And there's a lot of information here about this new controller named Siebel. Now, this controller is going to have several new features. It's going to have, brand new haptic feedback. It claims to have quieter buttons, an internal rechargeable battery, which that's different. It's going to have an accelerometer, and it's going to also be compatible with Xbox, Bluetooth, and something they call direct to cloud. Now, it's also going to get rid of the current share button that is found on current, I guess the new or current, Xbox controllers. And it's supposed to have a smaller one that you can find on the current Elite 2 controller, right? Now, this information was posted on on some message boards yesterday. But that's not all. Not just a new controller is coming. It looks kind of cool, by the way. It's got a little two-tone finish there. But not just a brand new controller is coming, but we're going to have a few newer consoles, more of a refresh, if you will. We got two new consoles coming up here, and you're going to see what one of them looks like. This is the Brooklyn, codenamed Brooklyn, and it's a cylindrical shaped looking console, if you will. And it is going to have be a mid-generation refresh of the Series X. And it's also going to have 2 terabytes of internal storage. It's only going to have one USB-C port in the front. You can see it there. But the biggest thing about this is that it's not going to have any disk drive. There's not going to be any disk drive in this console. Now, the other console coming up is going to be Elwood, and that's going to be a little bit of an update to the current Xbox Series S model. It's just going to be a 2 terabyte drive. Really no other major changes outside of that. But here's the biggest thing that I'm taking away from this. This new Xbox refresh that's going to be 2 terabytes. It's still going to be $499. However, these consoles are going to be all digital. All digital. And you can see in this information graphic here the span of all the consoles and what's coming up and things like that. Now, one thing I did notice here on this information sheet is there's going to be a console called Xbox Series X with XDL or in XDL. And XDL means Xbox Design Lab. So it's looking like we're going to have the ability to create our own Xbox that's going to be customizable or design our own. That's going to be interesting. I'm actually looking forward to seeing what Microsoft does with that. Now, all details aside for a second, let's focus on the all-digital aspect, if you will, when it comes to these new consoles. That means none of these new consoles are going to offer a disk drive. Now, I thought before that maybe Microsoft wasn't going to do away with the disk drive, but it looks like at the bottom there in the little box, it says that Starkville, which I'm assuming is the current model Xbox Series X, is going to have end of life, which is going to be before when Brooklyn comes out, which is this new cylinder-shaped Xbox Series X model. It's coming out with 2 terabytes. So they're not going to make any more disc-based consoles. Now that's kind of weird, kind of a little bit of alarming. It's going to be alarming to a lot of people. I myself play a lot of my games, current games anyway, digitally. But that's mostly because sometimes I review games and I get review code. I can't think of the last time I actually received a game to review in the mail. It's been probably a very long time. But it looks like Xbox is trying to lead the way into an all digital gaming future. I mean, let's be honest here. They were kind of already trying to do that anyway with Game Pass, which is an all digital subscription service that you pay monthly and you can access a ton of games, including day one Xbox games, right? So I know a lot of people are like, but I want to play physical. I want to buy my games physical. And I absolutely hear you. I get it. However, PC gaming has done this for years now. PC games are exclusively, for the most part, digital. You don't go to a store anymore and buy brand new games, especially like, games from Sony or Microsoft like Halo and stuff. You don't go and buy them on PC anymore. You don't put a disc in your in your PC. And a lot of PCs don't even come with a disk drive anymore. They just don't. So I'm just going to be kind of curious to see what Xbox does to maybe, revolutionize their marketplace. Are they going to make the games cheaper? And so that way they don't have to spend money on producing discs or cases or anything like that. It's going to be interesting to see. And I'm very curious to know your thoughts on Xbox seemingly going towards a more all digital environment, if you will, for their systems. So let me know your comments on that below. Also going to be interesting to see how companies like GameStop handle having to sell a console that is all digital. It doesn't do them any favors if they're having to push consoles, which I doubt they're going to want to push those consoles, that are completely all digital, when it gives no incentive for people to come back to a place like GameStop to buy used games, right? Or buy even physical games. So I don't know. Maybe Xbox knows something that a lot of us don't know, and maybe that's the state of physical games as a whole and how much physical games are being sold. They might have some metrics to back that up. Who knows? It's also going to be interesting to see what Sony does with this information now that all this information has been released. And not only that, but Xbox even talked about their next gen console is coming out, according to this information, in 2028. You can see a little graph here that shows you that they're looking forward towards 2028. So we're about 5 years away from the next generation of Xbox, whatever that may be. It's claiming to be a hybrid type of console that is probably going to play games on the cloud and probably won't even ship with a disk drive. I mean, I don't know how I feel about that, because I don't know if we're quite ready yet for a completely all digital environment when it comes to gaming. I mean, Sony, I wonder what Sony's going to do. Is Sony's next console going to be all digital? Who knows? I mean, I can imagine that if Sony comes out with a disc version of their console and Xbox doesn't, Sony's probably going to end up just beating Xbox again because of that very reason alone, is just based off a disc drive. So who knows? I don't know. I'm curious to know your guys' thoughts, though, on all of this information that just was leaked. And it's a lot. It's going to be very interesting landscape from this moment on. Now that all this information is public, what is Sony going to do with this information? I know we got a new Nintendo Switch coming out too soon, possibly next year. That's going to be updated, have better graphics. We'll see about that. But this information, I think it's a pretty big hit, a detrimental hit to Xbox, because you don't want your new products being released before you have the chance to announce them. So I wonder how they're going to handle this on the PR side of things. How do you think Xbox should handle this, or Microsoft rather should handle this on a PR side of things? It's going to be interesting to see what Phil Spencer has to say about all of this information as well. I'm sure he's going to make some sort of statement about this sooner or later. But anyway, that's what we've got for you here today. Got some new consoles to look forward to, and they're going to be all digital. I know that's scary, but I'm excited mostly about all this information about this brand new controller that's going to have interchangeable, replaceable, rechargeable batteries. That's going to be interesting, I guess, is what I got out of that anyway. But it's going to have an accelerometer. It's going to have haptic feedback. That's interesting. So they're basically trying to make their own version, it looks like, of the DualSense controller, which, in my opinion, is the best controller on the market right now. Other than that, That's the information that came out recently from Microsoft, and that was leaked anyway from Microsoft in the FTC versus Microsoft court case. Let us know your comments and thoughts on all of this information down in the comments section below. And until next time, I'll see you guys.